Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Nadia Rajput from DESI TV USA. Let's have a look at the headlines. Russia seeks diplomatic and economic gains from Iran war. Middle East on brink as retaliation cycle intensifies. Putin reaffirms position on regional de-escalation in phone call with Iranian counterpart. Houston area drivers are feeling the pinch at the pump as conflict in the Middle East rattles global oil markets. Let's look into detail. Russia seeks diplomatic and economic gains from Iran war. A telephone conversation between the presidents of Russia and Iran as the US and Israel continue their strikes on Iran. Russian President Vladimir Putin is styling himself as international peacemaker. That's not an easy sell. After all, it was the Kremlin leader who ordered Russia's full-scale invasion of an independent sovereign nation in 2022. Back then, the UN General Assembly has condemned the invasion of Ukraine as a violation of the UN Charter, and while the Kremlin is now calling for a swift de-escalation and political resolution of the Iran conflict, Russia is continuing its war of attrition against Ukraine. Middle East on brink as the retaliation cycle intensifies. The war between Iran and a US-Israel alliance continued with renewed, intensified and escalating threats, leaving the Middle East on edge as missiles and drone strikes hit targets across the region. While Iran asserted that Tehran, not Washington, would determine the war's end, Iranian leaders issued stern warning, insisting that no aggression would go unanswered and vowing retaliation in accordance with an eye for an eye principle. In a blunt rebuttal to US President Donald Trump's assertion that the war was nearly over, they said Iran was not seeking a ceasefire.
I'm Alex Kalai, and I'm running against Democrat Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher. Fletcher is opposed to deporting dangerous criminals and drug traffickers, but I believe we must deport these criminals to keep our families safe. Fletcher voted for higher taxes on first responders, hourly workers, and even on seniors. But I believe in letting Americans keep more of what they earn. I'm Alex Kalai, and I approve this message asking for your vote in the March 3rd Republican primary.
Putin reaffirms position on regional de-escalation in phone call with Iranian counterpart. Russian President Vladimir Putin in a phone call with his Iranian counterpart Masoud Pezeshkian on Tuesday reaffirmed his position in favor of a swift de-escalation of the ongoing conflict involving Tehran and its resolution through political means, the Kremlin said. A statement said Putin and Pezeshkian continued their discussion on the situation in the Middle East, particularly with regards to the US-Israeli attacks on Iran. The Russian president reaffirmed his principal position in favor of a swift de-escalation of the conflict and its resolution through political means. Masoud Pezeshkian thanked Russia for its support, particularly for providing humanitarian aid to Iran, the readout said. The call between the two presidents is the second time the start of the month, with an earlier conversation having taken place on Friday. Regional tensions escalated after Israel and the US launched a joint attack against Iran on February 28, killing more than 1,200 victims to date, including Ayatollah Khamenei, who was the supreme leader. Houston area drivers are feeling the pinch at the pump as conflict in the Middle East rattles global oil markets, with local gas prices jumping nearly 40% per gallon over the past week, even as oil prices dipped slightly on Monday. The national average for a gallon of gas now sits $3.53. Houston is below that average at $3.08 a gallon, but the figure still represents a sharp climb from just a week ago. At the center of the concern is the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway between Iran and Oman that connects the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. Roughly 20% of the world's oil supply passes through this route, making any disruption there a global economic event. That's all for now. Keep watching DESI TV USA. Please like, subscribe, share and comment, and don't forget to watch our channels DTV NN and DESI TV.
I'm Alex Kalai, and I'm running against Democrat Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher. Fletcher is opposed to deporting dangerous criminals and drug traffickers, but I believe we must deport these criminals to keep our families safe. Fletcher voted for higher taxes on first responders, hourly workers, and even on seniors. But I believe in letting Americans keep more of what they earn. I'm Alex Kalai, and I approve this message asking for your vote in the March 3rd Republican primary.
Now I am American. I have citizen.
I still have my Salvadorian passport and now I have my USA passport. I am a citizen of the US.
Khi cầm cái hộ chiếu Mỹ, cô rất là tự hào mình là công dân Mỹ.
La ciudadanía para mí significa oportunidades.
Si ya tienen el tiempo que pueden hacerse ciudadanas, que lo hagan.
No pierde nada uno con intentarlo.
Como dicen en México, echándole ganas, todo se puede.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130 plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.